Hello, everyone. I'm Anna, and welcome back to English Conversation Studio. Today, Alex and I are going to talk about one of the most important topics for English learners: how to speak fluently and think in English. Many learners understand English, but they struggle when it comes to speaking. They feel stuck, slow, or unsure about what to say.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. I completely agree, Anna. This is one of the most common challenges. Many people study grammar and vocabulary for years, but when they try to speak, they hesitate. The problem is not knowledge, it's practice and mindset.
Part 1. Yes, one big problem is translating in the mind. Many learners first think in their native language and then try to translate into English. This process takes time and makes speaking slow.
Exactly. When you translate, your brain works twice as hard. It becomes difficult to speak naturally. That's why learning to think directly in English is very important.
Another problem is fear of making mistakes. People worry too much about grammar and pronunciation. Because of this fear, they avoid speaking.
That's very true, but mistakes are a natural part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The goal is communication, not perfection.
Part 2. So, how can learners start thinking in English? One simple method is to start with small things. For example, describe what you are doing during the day in English.
Yes, for example, you can say in your mind, I am drinking tea, or I am going to the kitchen. These simple sentences train your brain to use English naturally.
Another method is to talk to yourself. It may feel strange at first, but it is very effective. Speaking alone helps build confidence and fluency.
Absolutely. You can describe your plans, your thoughts, or even your feelings in English. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Part 3. Fluency. Let's talk about fluency. Many people think fluency means speaking fast, but actually, fluency means speaking smoothly and confidently.
Yes, speaking too fast can even create more mistakes. It's better to speak clearly and naturally. Speed will improve over time.
Another important tip is using simple language. Many learners try to use difficult words, but this can slow them down.
That's true. Simple sentences are more effective. For example, instead of trying to say something complex, just say it in a clear and simple way.
Part 4. Real practice. Practice is the key. Listening alone is not enough. Learners need to speak actively.
Yes, one effective method is shadowing. This means listening to a speaker and repeating what they say. It helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency.
Another method is recording yourself. When you listen to your own voice, you can notice mistakes and improve.
That's a great technique. It also helps track progress over time.
Part 5. Confidence. Confidence is very important. Many learners know English but don't believe in themselves.
Yes, confidence comes from practice. The more you speak, the more confident you become.
Also, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone learns at a different pace.
Exactly. Focus on your own progress. Even small improvements are important.
Part 6. Daily Habits. Let's talk about daily habits. What can learners do every day to improve?
First, practice speaking every day, even for a few minutes. Consistency is more important than time.
Second, listen to English regularly, videos, conversations, or podcasts.
Third, think in English during daily activities. This builds natural thinking patterns.
And finally, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are part of the process.
Part 7. Motivation. Learning English can be difficult, but it is also very rewarding. It opens doors to new opportunities.
Yes, and the journey becomes easier when you enjoy the process. Find interesting content and practice regularly.
Remember, fluency is not achieved in one day. It takes time and patience.
But with consistent effort, anyone can improve and speak confidently. Closing. Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation here on English Conversation Studio. We hope this discussion helps you speak more fluently and think in English.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to English Conversation Studio and support our channel.
Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends who are learning English.
Thank you very much for listening and practicing English with us today.
Keep practicing every day, stay confident, and we'll see you again in our next conversation on English Conversation Studio.